was going to the store yesterday. I was like, oh no, it's going to had some storms moving in, and was going to try to get out real fast. Didn't make it. Didn't make it. We got a couple miles from the house, and we had to turn around. It was a little crazy. The wind was crazy, and rain was blowing extraordinarily hard. We could barely see. And luckily, it was a 25 mile per hour speed zone, so it wasn't like a whole lot of traffic going real fast. But we came home to this, and, you know, we got pictures here. I'll show you. Hopefully, we had one of these branches. One of these tree branches was in our driveway, going uphill. I had to stop and get it out of the way. One of them was over here on the side, but these tree branches that fell from a tree way up here, probably 30 foot. I would say 30 feet in the air, on my neighbor's property, not ours. But it flew and hit the house, busted or broke a power line. Luckily, we had partial power somehow or another. We didn't get the whole line, and we had partial power for a little bit up until about 11 o'clock this morning. So it was a little crazy. Weekend started out great. We had a great start of the weekend. Got up early Saturday, harvested those carrots. If you did not see our carrot harvest video, you should go check it out. We had a really great harvest of carrots. 176 carrots grown right on our patio. It's amazing. Thank you God for those beautiful carrots, and for keeping our home pretty much safe through what could have been a rough time there yesterday. But it was a heck of a weekend, right? Heck of a weekend, full of high ranges of emotions, because, you know, Saturday morning we did that. Super extraordinarily happy about the harvest, and then right as we was getting ready to eat supper that night, my mom texted me the terrible news about President Trump being shot. So Saturday was crazy, right? Really crazy. Then Sunday went a little nuts. So today's Monday, and I called off work because we had stuff to take care of here. But a heck of a weekend, to say the least. The good thing about the storms, though, is we've had... Was that a squirrel behind me? Something just jumped off of that wild grapevine coming down through there, because I heard it running. Maybe a squirrel. And here's why I think it could have been a squirrel. Because a squirrel did this in our garden the other day. We normally think it's a raccoon that does that, to pull stuff down. A raccoon cannot get in here, but however, a squirrel can. So our best corn was ruined. I mean, the corn wasn't perfect by no means, but it was going to be there. We're going to have a handful of ears, and I've got two personally, but there's going to be a handful down here. I think Angela has two as well. Maybe if she was ever on camera, you could figure that out, but she's never on camera. But I'll vouch for her. I think she has two ears. Anyways, so the corn was doing okay, right? It was okay. We're going to be the best sweet corn I had grown. In my stubbornness, we kept trying, and it was going to be okay. We was going to have maybe 10 ears of corn, and half of them are gone. Half of them are gone. Maybe a little more than half. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I see at least six that a squirrel got out here and took care of. And yeah, it's a mess, really, but it's going to happen sometimes. But we have had more rain in the past week than we've had in the past 3 summers combined here in Southwest Ohio. At least in our place in Southwest Ohio, because, you know, our specific area here, a lot of times rain, you know, I-75 is just over there, so a lot of times rain will just kind of form over there or form up there north, or form over here to the south, right? And it'll just kind of go around somehow or another. But this year we've had some rain, in this past week at least, so it hasn't been crazy before that. But we won't have to be watering this garden for a while. You can see how wet the ground is, so it's done really good, and everything has survived so well. These sun gold tomatoes are looking good, starting to get ripe. It's real good, right? The blueberries, tomatoes. Oh, here's one that split. Chickens will get it later. Just all this rain we had today. There's this mess. Bugs. Got that bugs. But everything's looking good. These blueberries, tomatoes look awesome, though, don't they? You know, they get that way. They ripen orange. You know, orange is red, like this. Those are just beautiful tomatoes, honestly. For us to have had severe weather back-to-back days, the garden has done phenomenally well. It's been so good to see that the plants are strong enough to hold up to the storms. I would venture to say we had 70-mile-per-hour winds as that storm came in yesterday. It was insane. I mean, for it to throw that big of a limb 20 feet 20 feet away, you know, and then into my driveway. You gotta remember this. It went, not only hit the house, but then went down half of it went down the driveway. So it was something else. I got some of the remnants here. Now here's part of it. There's part of it. That was good. You know, there's part of it. Obviously, it's all this stuff here on top. Well, heck of a throw there for the Lord in that wind, but hey, everybody's okay, right? So that's all good. Chickens doing okay. They don't like the storm. We're gonna pick up some more shrapnel. Some more shrapnel here. Gotta get it out of the way. But hope everybody else had a good weekend. We just plugging along. We gotta finish. We gotta plant carrots again. We had to run to Walmart, get some organic fertilizer at Walmart. You gotta figure that. But they have small bags there that it's just organic fertilizer, and not a terrible price for it. So if you need something fast, right? If you need organic fertilizer fast, like that day, that's probably the best way to do it. There's a squirrel. That stinking squirrel ran across the patio. Why was he up here? I don't know. But this is what the carrot bed was. So it's just a few feet long right there. And this one here too. So we grow 176 carrots in those little spots. It's wonderful. I'll show you why the squirrel stays in the yard though. Comes over here and gets these little apples off this tree. So we'll have some up here. No, we have not mastered the art of growing apples. This is very obvious. And something comes in and, you know, gets them over here like that. They don't get very big, and they fall. And the squirrel gets all the apples, runs off with them, thinks he's got something, thinks he's stealing something that's valuable to us. You know, that apple right there is probably about as big as we've ever had. I'm curious what it's like inside, but it's probably got some worms you see there. Those are columnar apple trees. I'm not sure how effective they really are. We thought it was a good shot to get some apples in a small space, to be honest. You see these beans here, they're growing really well. And these beans here and some more squash over there. Hope YouTube doesn't hate us for my neighbor's loud music. we have somebody down the hill from us across that way who plays loud music every evening. So I hope YouTube doesn't kill us for that music in the background. You see those beans there in that 6x6 raised bed that are just coming up? Those are tongues of fire beans. They're gonna be shell beans. They're gonna be really awesome, really beautiful. We used to grow one called a borlato bean that looked just like that. Maybe the same thing, to be honest with you. But you know, different seed companies call them different things sometimes. If you didn't know that, that's just the way it is. Some varieties have multiple names, depends on what seed company you go through. So those are gonna be for shell beans, and that's a lot of beans there. We planted, I think, is over 300 seeds in that 6x6 raised bed to try and get some shell beans out of there. It'd be 70 to 90 days before they're ready. So we're right on the cusp of it, of having enough time. I think we're gonna be hitting it just right. Then you saw a little patch of beans, green beans there. They're a little bigger. Those are Blue Lake. They're doing really good. That little spot may be our most beneficial spot of beans, green beans actually, or maybe most production per square inch, we'll say. And then I saw yellow squash. They're doing really good as well. You look behind me, you see all this stuff. Beans doing good in these green stalks. You got all the tomatoes back here. Peppers doing good. So much growth. These potatoes may be ready to harvest here. And I'm hoping by the end of the month, end of July. But if not, no later than early August. I'll show you something real fast before we start winding this thing up. Look at this. Little honeydew. Right? Another little honeydew. Ooh. Another one back there. Look at that. We've got a bunch of little honeydew melons growing. So excited. If I be honest, honeydew's my favorite melon. And we haven't been super successful at growing melons. So those are really exciting. Okay, so now if you made it this far into our video, first of all, I want you to comment below and let us know that you made it this far, okay, somehow or another. But we want to show you probably our favorite thing that we do here, okay? Just watch, special treat for us.
Where's Layla? There she is.
Tootie, you're a nut. There you go, come on, kids. They love tomatoes. They love tomatoes. Come on, Naomi, you're missing out. They're funny. You girls love tomatoes? Huh? What do you think, Tootie? Yeah, Tootie loves tomatoes. Come on, Gravy. Come on, Gravy.
Because tomatoes go great with gravy.
Yeah, they do. Tomatoes and gravy. There she is. That's the golden colored one there, folks. Who's got her butt facing us now? Huh? Yeah. We enjoy that thoroughly, and the chickens really love it. Cold tomatoes on a warm, humid evening, they love it. It's so funny, and they'll make them happy, and they'll run around and they'll sing and be happy for the rest of the evening, and we just get great joy out of it. It's a lot of fun. So thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate it. My name is Jason. This is Art Creation Homestead. We love y'all. God bless you and goodbye.